Uh, uh, uh. Good evening, you all. Here we are at the virtual graduation ceremony 2020 of Hindu College. The ceremony will begin shortly. We're waiting for all the graduates to join us. I request everyone to stay. The ceremony will begin shortly. We're waiting for all the participants to join us.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. The ceremony will begin shortly. I would request everyone to stay. So now I'll tell you the schedule for the graduation ceremony. At 5:15, we'll begin with the speech by LOP, and then at 5:20, we'll begin with Prime Minister's speech. And at 5:25, we'll have our celebrity video message, and then at 5:40, then at 5:40, we have our speaker's speech that you'll get to know soon. And at 5:50, we have our president's speech. Then at 6, we'll have our graduation speech by Dr. Shashi Tharoor. At 6:30, we'll have the launch of the college yearbook, the summer edition of Alfaz. It will be released through the parliament pages. And then at 6:45, we'll have the distribution of titles through Instagram page. I hope everyone is safe out there, and we are privileged enough that we could gather here for the ceremony like this. Way more privilege, I guess. I would repeat the schedule for the ceremony once again. At 5:15, we'll have speech by LOP, Leader of Opposition. And at 5:20, we'll have our Prime Minister's speech. Then at 5:25, we'll have celebrity video message. And then at 5:20, speaker's speech. At 5:50, we'll have our President's speech. At 6, a graduation speech by Dr. Shashi Tharoor. And at 6:30, we'll have the launch of the college yearbook, the summer edition of Alfaz. And then at 6:45, we'll have the distribution of titles through Instagram page. I hope Principal Ma'am will join us shortly.
Start.
Now the ceremony begins. What heaven more will that thee may furnish, and my prayers plucked down fall on thy head. Farewell. These are the lines of Shakespeare from All's Well that Ends Well. So, with that, a very good evening to you all. This is Kirti Haryal, a second year student at Hindu College, and with me I have Nikita Kocher, a first year student at Hindu College. We hope everyone is safe, and here we welcome you all to a virtual graduation ceremony 2020 of Hindu College. I would like to thank our principal ma'am Anju Srivastav, vice principal ma'am Manisha Pandey, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, our professors, and of course the graduating class of 2020 for attending this online farewell. Also, I thank all the parliamentary members for their commendable support in pulling this event gracefully, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. Though the times are painful, but it becomes more painful thinking of our seniors' absence from college. With that, I want to say a few lines. We can feel the rage at the end of your words, calm in the blink of your eyes, and power in your words. We, your lovely juniors from Hindu College, wish you the world and beyond. So now, putting this ceremony forward, we at Hindu College understand how important an opposition is in a democracy, which is why we would first like to invite the leader of opposition, Aman Malik, who, with his remarkable opposition and loving attitude, handled the entire session. I request Aman Malik to say a few words.
A very good evening to the respected dignitaries, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Principal Ma'am, Speaker Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, juniors, teachers, and my dearest colleagues. I am Aman Malik, leader of the opposition at the Parliament of the Republic of Hindu College for the year 2019-20. Welcome you all to this e-farewell organized by the Hindu College Parliament. I hope you all are doing well. I would like to express my gratitude and express my thankfulness to all the Hinduites for their love and support. When I look back at my journey of 3 years in Hindu college, I feel so overwhelmed, obviously including the 3 months of quarantine. I've lived the best part of my life here, and it feels so great to be around uh, the seniors, the batchmates, and my loving juniors. You have been there with me every time. Your love, unconditional support, kuch ka conditional bhi, respect and gratitude that you have shown me have helped me evolving into a better person. I was given 2 minutes to speak, but as I speak today, all the 3 years flashed by. As the leader of the opposition, I tried to fulfill my duties with utmost sincerity and honesty, and I would like to thank all the juniors and batchmates who were in my team for being there with me every time. Without their support, nothing could have been possible. Now, I would like to say to my batchmates, I know it's hard to believe, it's hard to digest that at this point of time, we would have been partying, thinking about a farewell party, what dress we are going to wear, and whatnot. But right now, we should be thankful to God that we are alive when there are so many people out there who have lost their lives in this pandemic. I would like to request to each and every one of you to pray for those who have lost their loved ones in this pandemic, and also to pray for the speedy recovery of the people, those who are still suffering in this pandemic. It's hard to digest that we had our last day of our college and we didn't even know about it. And today, I'm giving my farewell speech. I would like to say, please stay at home. Don't go out unless and until it is very necessary. Lots of love and care. I would just like to say at the end, lots of love, lots of care. Please stay at home. Hindu Salam.
Thank you so much, Aman. Your journey in Hindu college will get over soon, but it will continue in our hearts. Thank you so much. Moving forward, life is blue with focus on your first hello and last goodbyes flows through. The time seems to be up. These memories will forever stay in our hearts and your faces in our mind's eye. Now, I would like to invite a person without whom the session of 2019-20 wouldn't be possible, our Prime Minister Ashish Kumar to say a few words.
Thank you, Nikita. Good evening, Principal Ma'am, Speaker Ma'am, teachers present here, and my friends. Today, as we sit here crammed in our homes, hoping that things get better, it is natural for most of us to feel downhearted. An ending year for the outgoing batch of 2020 with no fest and farewell definitely adds more misery to these thoughts. And e-farewell can definitely never replace the customary sari and suit, but it is in the best efforts to ensure that we get our appropriate share in this time of adversity. Hindu has not just been a college to me, but more of a home. I will miss hogging around the college, spending time at acad block, and playing at basketball court. Whether it is whether it my duties with regards to the college or enjoying my college life like any other student, every memory associated with the college will be missed. As we all have gathered here to celebrate these last moments, I would say, despite of all the difficulties faced by our present batch, we will definitely shine bright in our future. And to conclude, I will just say that no matter wherever we go, our roots will forever entangled with the college for giving us infinite memories which we will cherish forever in our life. Thank you, Hindu Salam.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Now we have a few inspiring video messages by Ashish Vidyarthi, Ankur Variku, and Ambrish Verma. And a big thanks to them for showering their love and blessing to the batch of 2020.
Completed your curriculum, completed your syllabus, hopefully passed with good numbers, and then out into the beautiful world, huh? Excited, huh? Liars. कैसा लग रहा है दोस्त? I know it's a completely different thing. You never expected it. But I must tell you something, dear friend. Really. You know, this new that you're stepping into, I promise you, it was in the year 86 that we graduated, my batch graduated. Trust me, we had no COVID, but the future was looking equally dangerous. I promise you this. Wherever we are now, we have a lot of hindsight. So we know that, we had planned this and this happened. Bhai, kuch nahi tha, bahut dar tha. Bahut dar tha. All that I'm trying to tell you, dear friend, is that there is a certain power that we give to the present. There's a certain power that we give to any crisis in our life. It has happened through my life. Through my life, different crises have met me, or rather, I have met them. All right. And I have given them power, or I have not given them power. Remember one thing in life. this crisis is going to be replaced by another one very soon. You know why I know that? Because before this crisis, there was another crisis, and there were many, many crises. Each had a different name, but each stopped many and did not stop few. The question that you have to ask yourself at this moment is, what is it that you are committed in life? What is it? Because this crisis or another crisis are just things en route. Because life happens en route. Life is much like the Mario game. Okay, there are ditches and walls. They can do you in. But actually, if you can look at that commitment of yours, that pot of gold that you are committed to, that is what is going to drive you. I'm not trying to just inspire you. Please get it very, very straight. Welcome to life. My son, very far away from me, studying and all alone, taking care of himself. That's the message I give him. That's the message he gives me. I'll have to deal with this reality because this reality is all that is around me. So, dear friend, I want to welcome you into the real syllabus of life. All the theory, all the practicals in the labs over. Now you are into life. Make the most of it. I promise you one thing. Have amazing tales to tell of this period. Not tales of what a problem man. There are boring calls, boring tales, boring conversation. I don't engage in them. Be that person who can create something amazing in this period. That's where I am. I'm 55 and I'm hungry. I'm continuously, ongoingly recreating myself. Basis the challenges that come up and basis the future, the dream that I have for myself. Create yourself in multifaceted ways. Remember, there are many more possibilities than what you can see at this moment. So keep moving, keep looking at new possibilities that are evolving. Remember, don't just look and ask for ways, find them. I promise you one thing, the unique way that you will find for yourself will be yours, not because you want to show off, but you will find something that drives you. So as you step out into this beautiful world, which is actually shown to you what world and life is going to be like, I welcome you. I welcome you to this wondrous world where you will create value and people will remember you. I look forward to hearing from you, dear friend. So, best wishes as you step out. बहुत बहुत प्यार, ढेर सारे good wishes. Step out and create something amazing for yourself and the world. Look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.
To the graduating batch of 2020, the year that the world will remember as the year that it changed it completely. And you are the ones who graduated in the middle of that. And I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling very stressed, anxious, not too happy with the circumstances that are around us. But if there's anything that I can tell you as someone who's been in the real world for a really long time and has seen a lot of ups and downs come and go, I can tell you that this too shall pass. The biggest thing about the world is that nothing is permanent, ever. And whatever is it that we're all going through will come to an end, and we have to constantly ask ourselves, are we ready for what follows next? Are we ready to face whatever is the change that we're witnessing in the world and in ourselves right now? Two things that I would want to leave you with. Number one, if you are struggling to identify what is it that you should be doing in life right now, if you're struggling to identify what is it that could be your strength, is your weakness that you want to work on, and you feel that everyone around you is just so sorted, is so clear in what they want, and you're the only one who doesn't know things, I can assure you, everyone is in the same shit as you. Everyone goes through the same struggles that you are going through. Everyone is uncertain. Everyone is confused. Don't blame yourself for not knowing what you think you should be knowing right now. This 20s is such a wonderful time. You are what, 20, 21, 22, and you're venturing out into this new world, all excited, all happy, all raring to go. And the times that you spend for the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years should be all about trying to figure out who you truly are. What is it that you love doing? What is it that you're truly good at? And do as many things as you can. Sit on as many chairs as you can to figure that thing out. Because if you were to devote yourself for the next 10 years in discovering who you truly are, what really matters for you, what is success to you, what is your failure, you would have given yourself the best gift that you ever can. But if you were to get caught in what the world expects from you, if you were to get caught in that by 25 I should be this, by 30 I should be this, by 35 I should be this, you will realize it much later in your life that you spent your entire life living someone else's life. You spent your entire life living your parents' life, your friends' life, your relatives' life, who just had constant expectations from you. They imposed those expectations on you. And all that you did was took them as yours and continued to work on them as if that is what you wanted. My only hope and my only prayer for all of you graduating in this extremely critical, decisive year of 2020 is that you take this as the best example of how to lead life. You're stepping into the world in crisis, and how you navigate through that, how you keep your mind and your heart and your body calm, at peace with whatever is happening, constantly preparing for what's ahead of you, you will know the biggest lesson there is to live life. Congratulations to all of you for graduating, for stepping into this real world. And as a proud alum of Hindu College, I cannot be happier for you, and I cannot be more hopeful of what the exciting future ahead of you is going to be all about. God bless you. Stay safe. This is Uncle Variku, proud to be a Hindu.
Namaste to the class of 2020 in Hindu College. What a unique farewell you all are having here. But I think it befits your personalities. You know, having passed out from this great institute, all of you are unique yourself. I'll keep it very short and just around two things. Don't take it as an advice. Take it as a word from a friend or an elder brother. The first thing is not even something I have to say. It's more like a question I have to pose to you all. See, I hope none of you are planning to spend next 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, or even 8 years doing something conservative or safe. I hope not, because that will be a big waste of it. And why I say that is, currently all of you have just entered the golden period of your life. And why is it called the golden period? Because the power to responsibility ratio is the highest, as high as it will ever be in your life. Power is the power to do whatever you want, and liability and responsibilities are the least at this stage of your life. So please go all out. Please try and strive for your biggest dreams. Mediocrity is not for this life. Later at a later stage in life, when some responsibilities come in, you might have to settle for a few things. You might have to compromise here and there, but that's for a later time. And God forbid that happens, but that's for a later time. Please go for the beauty. Second thing is, due to the current scenario, I think a lot of you your companies might have delayed the joining. A lot of companies have revoked the offers. Some of you might not even be placed because a lot of companies are not hiring. So the only thing I have to say to you all is this, that our sole purpose to be born was not to be employed. And I'm not saying jobs are not important. Jobs are important to earn and to sustain. But I'm saying that sooner or later, you will get the job. So please don't be fretting over the delay. The first job which I got from my college, I got a campus placement after engineering. I left that job 1 month into the job. So almost 3-4 months after my college, I was jobless. But in the long run, it doesn't even matter. So please don't fret. Utilize this time to savor this great milestone you all have achieved. I'll conclude it by saying, fight hard, fight harder. May God be with you all. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank Ashish, Vidyarthi, Ankur Variku, and Amrish Verma for taking the time and sending a message. For the graduating class of 2020, your journeys in college may be ending soon. The speaker of the Hindu College Parliament, Dr. Manisha Pandey, ma'am, an alumnus and a supportive hand of the Hindu College.
Hello. Am I audible?
Ma'am, we
Yes,
can hear
ma'am,
you.
you're
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Hindu College Parliament, I invite all the students of the batch 2020 to this virtual farewell organized by the juniors. I'd like to thank the organizing team. I also want to thank our president, Dr. Anju Srivastav. As the speakers before me have already made you aware of the fact that the entire world is going through a crisis. This pandemic actually has actually brought the world to a stop. But this does not mean that we are going to stop where we are. We are going to continue. And the students of Hindu College in the past as well as in the future, I'm sure they are going to come out with flying colors. They always have been. You have heard Ashish, Vidyarthi, and many more illustrious alumni of Hindu College. They all have been doing wonderfully well. It is not just in the context of jobs that they have been able to ultimately land up with, but what I just want to share with all the students of the batch 2020 is that I am sure you must have had a great stay at Hindu College in the last 3 years. This crisis does not mean that you are going to stop yourselves from doing whatever you had wished to do once you had completed your final year. We all are there, all the honorable members of the Hindu College Parliament, the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition, the President, the Marshal, and all the honorable members of the Hindu College Parliament. On behalf of all of them, I extend my wishes to all of you, and I'm sure you are going to do wonderfully well in your future endeavors and your future ventures. As Kirti had already rightly put up, all's well that ends well. This is something which is very important for us, for all of us to understand. The farewell is not the end of it. It's actually a new beginning. This is a new door opening for you, and I'm sure all of you will open the doors for yourselves, and you will be able to do the best according to your capability and your capacity. As you all are aware of the fact that the Hinduites are always known for their dynamism. Hinduites are dynamites. And I'm sure each one of you who is the passing out batch of 2020 is definitely going to show his or her dynamism and is going to become a dynamite. In the literal sense, I really mean it. And I'm sure you all are going to come out with flying colors and win as many accolades as you can in the coming near future. Thank you so much. And I once again extend my heartiest welcome and congratulations for all of you for your coming near future. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Hinduites truly are dynamites. Thank you so much, Dr. Manisha Pandey, for your wonderful and inspiring words. It truly fills us with the hope for a better tomorrow after your speech. Now, our esteemed principal ma'am, Dr. Anju Srivastav, as a former student of the college, has always tried to solve the challenges faced by the student community time and time again in her position as the president of the Hindu College Republic. I would now like to invite ma'am to say a few words to the students who are passing out of this college in such unusual circumstances.
Thank you, Nikita. My esteemed colleagues, I can see many of them attending this program, and it's a big delight. The junior students of Hindu College, second years and first years, and of course, the most special, the most special students of this program, the third year students. A very warm welcome. We don't know how to express through this e-mode, but it's an emotional moment. It's a very high degree of many feelings coming within you, yourselves and us also. And I would like to thank the team which has thought of this program. We had lost hope in the month of March when we came to know that this is a sudden change, and we never thought that, we were grappling with the situation of how to conduct the classes and the instructions that were coming to us from the university, from the government. So we all as teachers were trying to give you the best. In the other form, we quickly switched over to the e-mode. So it has been a different sort of a journey for us. And so these things about, these programs like farewells or any other such creative programs which we cannot think of were being done by you people is amazing, is really what the spirit of Hindu has taught you. The year 2020, which in itself sounds very beautiful. It's a nice sounding word, 2020. And when it was coming, all of us were saying that, oh, this is going to be a different year. And yes, it became very different, but it unfolded in a very unprecedented, strange way. Something which was a completely uncharted territory, giving us a lot of discomfort all around the world. Of course, the world got united through this crisis or through this pandemic, but a very sad way of getting united. The speakers who have been invited for as alumni have been really very inspiring, and I again felt very nostalgic hearing Ankur Variku, because I remember teaching him when he was in physics honors, a very bright student. I often tell my colleagues that I remember his practical file also, and I probably have preserved his practical file in my store there in the college, and a very sincere student, and now giving you a very sincere advice. And actually he has gone through that all, and so he has given you a hardcore, real sort of advice one must definitely listen to. And of course, Ashish Vidyarthi was as scintillating as ever. So the program, therefore, has been kick-started extremely well with the most thoughtful way of bringing in real people who have worked hard, who have struggled through their, life and have come to what they are at the moment with a real-time struggle. And so you have been inspired very well by our alumni. I don't know the third person. I have really no idea who was that person, but even he was extremely good. So my few words that I would like to share with you at this moment are that as the 3 years that you have spent in this college, I'm sure they will turn out to be the most beautiful years of your life, because you will never ever forget. Whatever you may think that, oh, okay, chalta hai, hamara to kuch aisa baat nahi rahi, and there may be some students who would think like that. But each of you has a story. Each of you has a story that when you entered into the college, and now that you are passing, you definitely have a story. It may be a very normal one, it may be a generic one, it may be a very different one, but each of you has a story, and believe me or not, you will definitely remember it for all your times of your life. And if I think about you people, you have mastered so many things. You have mastered knowledge, you have mastered intellect, you have mastered versatility. And this is what you have given to the college. This is exactly what you have given. You have given academic excellence, you have given artistic talents, you have given leadership, you have really aced it all. And what has the college given you? The college has given you, to my mind, has given you a sort of a host of diversities in the form of different cultures, different attitudes, different behavior patterns, different languages, and so on. So in ourselves, it's a big privilege to be a part of Hindu college, because not all colleges can provide you this kind of a diversity. So at the end of 3 years, who are you? You are an extremely able multicultural person, multicultural individual. And that is an achievement in itself. You have developed yourselves, you have learned to give space to each other. And actually, I keep telling this to my close colleagues, that so much even now I have learned from you people. You people have actually taught us what is space, what is tolerance, how do we need to understand each other. And this will definitely go a long way. This understanding, this tolerance is the best antidote to prejudice. And so you have learned so much, we have learned so much. It's a beautiful relationship which definitely cannot come to end. This is permanent, this is undeterred, this will always be there, whether we are on an e mode or we are on a real mode. And I think it really, one would definitely have wanted to be with you people all the while, through the meccas. And of course, all of us are missing that all. But imagine had this E mode also not been there, and we had been in the middle of this crisis, we wouldn't have been able to even say that little, the weakest way of saying bye. We couldn't have done that also. So whatever we have to make the best of it, and that's what we are doing. So from our side, I think I'm speaking on behalf of all the teachers, that your relationship with us is unmatchable, will always be there. You've given a lot to the college. We are also trying our best to give whatever we can. Our hearts are with you, your hearts are with us, and we welcome you all at any stage of your life. And maybe it can be very, very early if everything comes back to what we consider as normal, or we go to the new normal. We are surely going to meet. So we are not going to lose hope. We are going to go on, build better for ourselves, for the society, for the community. Nobody better than you can do so. So very, very best to all of you, and a major congratulations. You are always welcome in your home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Ma'am, for that inspiring and comforting message. I would also like to thank Ma'am for giving us this platform to say a last heartfelt goodbye to our beloved seniors. Thank you so much, Ma'am.
Dear students of class 2020, it's my genuine pleasure to be able to address you all today as you take your final steps towards graduation. One would have definitely wished to do this thing in presence of all, in physical presence, and to be able to pat your back as you leave the doors of Hindu College and enter into the real world. But for now, we have to make best use of whatever is available to us. Hello, batch of 2020.
Hello, the batch of 2020.
Hello, the batch of 2020.
Hello, third years.
Hello, batch of 2020.
Hello, my dear students.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hello, third years.
Hello, students.
Hello, batch of 2020. Hello, batch of 2020.
The last few months have seen the world facing incredible challenges, all of us having to see the most difficult times of pandemic crisis that has manifested itself in various ways. So for you also, there is no question that you could have imagined that this is the way your college life is going to come to an end. And I truly acknowledge that it is a very difficult, very tough pill to swallow. I do share with you all your loss, your helplessness, and your frustration on this kind of a situation. But students, believe me, this crisis is yet another test which you have passed with flying colors. As the world fights towards sorting out the pandemic, addressing several issues related to the crisis on the horizons, it is very important for all of us to know how to be able to adapt to uncertainties, adapt to or deal with unanticipated challenges. This teaches us to learn and progress into a new world, into a new normal. And who better than you can be prepared for this new world than anybody else? These months have made us redefine our notions of important and essential. While we've been living a busy and bustling life all this time, and for so long, it has been very important and very crucial for us to know the essential workers, the nurses, the sanitary workers, the helpers. And I really hope and pray that as we progress into this new world of new normal, we will be able to give them more respect, give them more appreciation and admiration from the bottoms of our heart. This time has also allowed us to look into, to do a retrospection. This time has also allowed us to look into, to do a retrospection of what really matters. I hope again that you've had a chance to think about this, the 3 years that you have spent, and you will realize that it is the college experience which is greater than the classes that you've taken, the papers that you've written, or the competitions that you have excelled in. As the situation has distanced each other, has put us into compulsion from being away from each other, this realization has become more highlighted that it is the relationships, it is the community and the relationship which matters. So now as you're leaving the college, you would really feel very low on things, but you should definitely remember that your relationships are not going to end here. Your relationships are only going to grow, they're only going to thrive in time and space. The relationships that you've had with your friends, with your classmates, with your teachers. And so you will definitely be keeping on with this piece in your hearts. Congratulations and many, many celebrations for your successful graduation. And I really sincerely hope that there will be soon a time that we will have you in real mode and not in the virtual mode. And we will be able to come and we can rejoice your graduation. Maybe with the next batch, maybe with even earlier, but we will definitely be most hopeful and most positive. Forever, we are with you because Hindu is your home.
All the very best for your bright future.
I wish you all the very best for your future. On behalf of Hindu College Parliament, I am here to bid farewell to you, though we all are aware of the situation. Therefore, I express my deep regret on behalf of the College Parliament for not having been able to organize a regular farewell for your batch. But that does not mean that we are bidding you a farewell just for the name's sake. We are bidding you farewell with all deep gratitude, success, and good luck. I am sure all of you who are passing out from Hindu College in 2020 are going to do the best for yourselves. You are going to make us proud. All of you are going to win accolades, number of accolades, and will make Hindu College proud that you were students of Hindu College.
All the best for your bright future. I know each of you has the potential to become the leaders of your working spheres. I wish you a bright future and a prosperous life. Hope you will always stay true to yourself and make everyone proud. May you all be successful. My heartfelt good wishes to all of you. Goodbye.
My pleasure. You guys have been very dedicated, amazing students. The department and teachers who miss us so dearly. I wish you all the success in life. Stay connected and stay home.
I just want to share 3 or 4 mantras of the life which I have learned from my experiences, own experiences. I would like to share you the first mantra of the life is to give priority, first priority to your health. Second priority, I would like to request you all that you should give your life to your family members. Third priority, before you become anything great in the life, you should be a good human being. You should not compromise with your integrity, my friend. Integrity is either 100% or 0%. I would like to request all of you is to go with your values in your life. Try to be on the right side and be a righteous person in the life. Be a good human being.
Hope you carry forward your learnings and experience of Hindu College onto your life outside, as well as the resilience that this unique semester has taught you of how what you plan for, what you look forward to most, just might not happen. So along with your successes, there might be setbacks, disappointments, but learn to move on. And don't take life too seriously, including your career aspirations, people, and even situations. Ironically, an invisible virus has taught us that invaluable lesson. All the best for your future.
3 years of college life are the fledgling years where Hindu college fraternity collectively nurture you to make you autonomous, self-reliant, and a leader in true sense of the term. Friends, you are graduating in 2020, a watershed year. As humans, we have many limitations, but somehow I believe love and hope are the real panacea. They can actually do wonders. कौन कहता है आसमां में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? कौन कहता है आसमां में सुराख नहीं हो सकता? एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो दोस्तों. Friends, let's resolve to create music of truth in every sphere of life through hope, love, compassion, and forgiveness.
My best wishes to all third year students for your future and endeavors. I'm certainly sure about you all. Whatever field that you will choose, you will do your excellence in that field. यादें मेरी आप लोगों से बहुत सी जुड़ी हुई हैं और ये हमेशा मेरे जहन में बनी हुई रहेंगी. जिंदगी के जिस दौर में अब आप एंट्री करने जा रहे हैं, वहाँ पर आपको हकीकत से सामना करना पड़ेगा. मैं आपसे बस इतना कहना चाहूँगा कि अपने पैशंस और रेगुलरिटी को हमेशा बनाए रखिएगा, क्योंकि जो इंसान हौसले और जज्बे को बनाए रखता है, कामयाबी हमेशा उनको मिलती है. So never ever try to let down yourself.
It's been a remarkable journey with you all. This time we were not able to organize a farewell as we used to do. But I knew from the very beginning that our Hindu college students will definitely come up with some new idea. And then I came to know about this virtual farewell meet. All the very best for your future. May you all have a bright and successful career ahead. Happy farewell. You'll all be missed.
Firstly, I'd like to thank our faculty for such an amazing and brilliant video. And I'd like to tell all of you that it will be available on the Instagram page of the Hindu College Farewell. Now, Dr. Shashi Tharoor needs no introduction. He's an alumnus of the college that's right across our road. He's an eminent personality who wears many hats. Politician, writer, international diplomat. His speeches are the stuff of legends, enjoyed by many, not just for his views.
Sorry to interrupt, but there is no sound.
Am I audible to everyone?
I can hear you well, Nikita.
All right. Thank you, sir. Again, his speeches are the stuff of legends, enjoyed by many, not just for his views, but also for his rapier sharp wit and incisive remarks. Our seniors couldn't have a better person giving their send-off graduation speech and talking to them about how a post-COVID world would look like. Without further ado, I would now like to invite sir to address our wonderful seniors.
Thank you very much, Nikita, Dr. Anju Srivastav, faculty, students. It really is a great honor for me to be here to address the graduating batch of Hindu College on this momentous occasion for all of you. I know that I'm addressing some of the country's brightest minds, and I do want to start off by extending my best wishes and congratulations to all of you for getting to where you are today. We've come together to celebrate a special milestone. I do feel a bit sad that it's only a virtual event and we're not all enjoying the cheerful convocation ceremony. And in some ways, I think the silver lining is it can only get better. The batch of 2020 is going to occupy a unique and special place in the history of this college. And all of you have experienced and survived some of the most difficult times in our recent memory. And yet, despite the overwhelming challenges to your education, your physical and mental well-being, and the dystopian nature of the world we're living in, you've still been able to overcome innumerable obstacles laid before you, and you've now become the graduating batch of 2020. So let me take this moment to extend my warmest and sincere congratulations to all of you for your remarkable journey thus far. And though it is challenging now and will continue in some ways to be challenging, I'm sure that as a talented and versatile group of students, you'll go very far. I want to add on a personal note that I have a nephew in London from my sister living there, who is also graduating from his university, the University of Manchester, and he too has no graduating ceremony. So I asked him to join you all, and he's listening in right now. Hello, Ashwin, out there. Now, as you all know, and as Nikita has mentioned, I graduated from what she referred to as a college across the road. Actually, at St. Stephen's, we called you the college across the road. But the arch rivalry always was good-natured. I can tell you a few Stephanian jokes we used to crack about you at Hindu College. Why can't Hindu College ever have an orchestra? Because they only know how to play second fiddle. Or what does Hindu College have that St. Stephen's College does not? Good neighbors. Anyway, these are the kinds of jokes we live with, but we had lots of friends and I enjoyed debating at Hindu College. I'm proud to say I took a prize or two away, and similarly, some of my Hindu College contemporaries did very well at our Stephanian debates. It's a college with a great history, an institution that has historically displayed a great commitment to Indian nationalism, to inspiring excellence in all spheres of a student's life. And I think that every one of you graduating from Hindu College will embody the spirit, and it'll set you apart from others. In our world today, let's face it, empirical knowledge of a discipline and hard facts are far more commonplace than moral and intellectual leadership and the other skills that make you a good citizen and a good human being. So I want to tell you that and I've had the privilege of being at a few functions at Hindu, and I've met your principal and other members of faculty. I'm confident that the education you've all had at Hindu College fulfills these attributes, ensuring that your students are leaving not only as experts in your academic subjects, but also as leaders and change makers. And I really want to say to every one of you in the graduating batch, congratulations to you for getting this far. I hope the experience has been transformational for all of you. And as you move out of the hallowed portals of Hindu College and of Delhi University to transform the landscape of our great nation, I hope you will contribute to the wealth of the world's knowledge with your achievements. Now, what your organizers wanted me to speak about was the post-COVID world. And I know that many of us are not even sure when that post-COVID world is going to start. We're all are still caught up in the dramas in Delhi. Every day we have worse numbers than the previous day for the spread of the coronavirus. And I think that thinking beyond today is hard for all of us. But there are some basic issues which go right back to before the virus and some emerging from the virus. The 21st century has presented us with unprecedented challenges, deep-rooted poverty, the expanding nexus of discriminatory politics, resource curses and crises, fragile international arrangements, deepening political gaps within countries and between countries, the rapidly deteriorating environmental situation. All these, I think, have touched your lives throughout the years that you've been in college, and they will remain issues in the years ahead. At the same time, you can make a difference. You know that people like Malala Yousafzai and Greta Thunberg have seized the imagination of the world even before they went to college. And all of you as young graduates have a great deal you can contribute to India and to the world with your ideas, your innovations, your skills, your expertise. I believe, and I've always believed, that educated young people are our vital bulwarks against complete chaos and social breakdown. We have to build our future upon you, and that's why I believe India has to invest in the future of the young. But to turn, if I may, to the post-COVID world, the fact is that though it's too early to assert this with any certitude, it seems increasingly likely that COVID-19 will inaugurate an era of deglobalization. The signs are mounting that the world may embrace isolationism and protectionism in a far more enthusiastic way than prior to the outbreak, including in India. The indications are evident. The pandemic has confirmed for many people that in times of crisis, people rely on their governments to shield them. That global supply chains are vulnerable to disruption and are therefore unsustainable. That dependence on foreign countries for essential goods, let's take an example of pharmaceuticals, or even the ingredients that go into making them. China used to send us all the ingredients to make many of our medicines, the same to America. You suddenly find that their supply chain is disrupted because of a virus. You realize, oh my God, this kind of dependence is dangerous for us. Nations tried aggressively to acquire medicines and supplies for their own people at the expense of each other. There's a rush to reset global supply chains and raise trade barriers. The demand for more protectionism and self-reliance, we all heard Mr. Modi call for Atmanirbharta. This is echoed in many countries, bringing manufacturing and production value chains back home, or at least closer to home. All these calls are mounting. And along with the global flow of capital and investments, multi-border pipelines, energy grids, even international travel across free and open borders, all are seeming vulnerable in the post-COVID era. The world economy had thrived since globalization began in 1980 on an open system of free trade. That had already been shaken by the financial crash of 2008, 2009, the American trade war with China. But with the coronavirus, exports are falling everywhere. Indications are that world goods trade may shrink by 30% this year, if not more. Meanwhile, the increasing pressure is on to decouple from China. Japan, for example, has set aside $2.25 billion in incentives for Japanese companies to pull out of that country. In turn, this could mean that without inexpensive Chinese labor and subsidized inputs, the era of cheap globalized goods may themselves be over. Our finance minister rightly asked in today's papers, why is it that even Ganeshas are being imported from China? Why indeed? But we know it's happening. The question is, the reason it's happening is because it's cheaper in China than if we make them in India. That has to be a mindset we'll have to change. We'll have to be prepared to pay more to have our Ganeshas made in India rather than going for the kind of world economy we've been living in recent years. COVID-19 has also convinced many of other negatives. They think foreigners have to be feared, that strict border and immigration controls are essential, that countries cannot always expect useful help from their neighbors and allies, and that national interest should always trump international cooperation. I use that verb deliberately. So to many people, including many around Mr. Modi, the answer lies in strong government, in putting the nation's needs over individual citizens' freedoms, in dispensing with democratic niceties, from federalism to parliamentary oversight. We are supposed to be a quasi-federal structure, but the government simply invoked a little-known provision of the National Disaster Management Act and rode roughshod over federalism in declaring a lockdown without consulting the state governments. Parliamentary oversight. Parliament hasn't met since the 23rd of March, and even the parliamentary committees which wanted to meet have not been able to have even virtual meetings. So the government will always deem what they consider to be the national interest to come first. And they passed 11 ordinances because there's no parliament. So you can imagine that many things are changing already, even in the politics of our country. Those who had begun to imagine the world or the globe as one world will also have to revise our thinking. And on top of that, support for nationalist strongmen, many of whom in many countries have used the present crisis to shore up their authority and power, may increase exponentially. Already, this pandemic period seems to have ushered in an increased fear of the other, the capital O. Unfounded rumors and accusations against people blamed on the basis of their national, religious, ethnic, or regional identity have had a field day in many countries. All of you on WhatsApp and TikTok, you must have seen images of Chinese-looking people being thrown out of Western supermarkets. In India, citizens from our northeastern states have suffered racial discrimination because of their supposedly Chinese-like features. That isn't right, but it's happening. Social media and nativist populism have amplified prejudices. The fact that one Puritan Muslim sect, the Tablighi Jamaat, had held a major gathering just before the lockdown, whose attendees spread the infection to many states when they returned home, was used to justify open bigotry and discrimination against Muslims. The atmosphere created by the virus has empowered those who seek to spread another contagion, that of communal hatred and bigotry. So this too is affecting the world we live in. Now, there is no doubt that the COVID-19 pandemic was a mega shock to the global system that is likely to disrupt the existing world order. As sovereignties are reasserted across the world, as treaties and trade agreements are increasingly questioned, multilateralism could be the next casualty. President Trump's announcement of the withdrawal of the United States from the World Health Organization may be a harbinger of a greater unraveling to follow, an unraveling of the international system so painstakingly constructed after World War II. Instead of strengthening the capacity of our global institutions to cope with a future crisis, the world's reaction to the virus may well end up destroying the most fundamental feature it has exposed, the idea of our common humanity. Now, if that sounds all terribly negative and depressing, I don't mean to be. The fact is that while we are in an unusual convocation, in fact, I think you've called it a graduation ceremony rather than a convocation, because a convocation, the word convocation comes from the Latin term convocationem, which literally means to call together, an assembly of persons. And since we're meeting virtually in an era of social distancing and the virus continues to wreak havoc on our society, I think one could say if there's any time in our history where the importance of coming together could be emphasized, it is now. We do need to come together, whether it's virtually and eventually in reality, to realize that in a fractured, impatient, and yet hopeful world, with the education you have, we really can do a great deal to resolve our problems through effective dialogue and effective and democratic leadership. Now, there's no question that in many countries, the success of a civilization can be measured through its educational apparatus and institutions, its tools of knowledge acquisition and dissemination. These are what people want, right? It's not the old days when martial prowess or mercantile abilities had much more importance. We have, through our education, an opportunity to respond to the kinds of problems that I have spoken to you about. Let's not forget that Nalanda University, for example, enjoyed global renown when Oxford and Cambridge were not even gleams in their founders' eyes. And Nalanda employed over 2,000 teachers, opened its door to 10,000 students from countries ranging from Korea, Japan, China, Tibet, Indonesia in the east, to Persia and Turkey in the west, in a remarkable campus that featured a 9-story tall library 1,500 years ago, teaching subjects that included fine arts, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, politics, and the art of war. Now, why do I mention this? It's because we should not, having equipped ourselves with an education through Delhi University and Hindu College, we should not allow ourselves to be defeated by these trends of the post-COVID world that I've described to you. Because while our ethos in India has in one way remained the same, it's also been evolving. And we've been seeing a lot of extremely effective activism to try and improve the way in which Indians too can be effective global citizens. We are reshaping our identities beyond the confines of national borders, thanks to the internet, thanks to our communications, our receptivity to ideas, our access to television, our access to images, stories, experiences of people half a world away, the dilemmas and debacles of the world. When I left India for graduate studies in the US way back in 1975, right out of St. Stephen's, no one knew the term globalization. Now it's inescapable. I hope your principal will forgive me if I recount a terrible joke that went around the internet. You may remember a few years ago, we had the 20th anniversary of the tragic death of Princess Diana. And people say, what's that got to do with anything in India? And they say, oh, but it reflects globalization. How? Well, think of it this way. An English princess with a Welsh title leaves a French hotel with an Egyptian companion who has supplanted a Pakistani. She gets into a German car with a Dutch engine and is driven by a Belgian chauffeur full of Scottish whiskey. They are then chased by Italian paparazzi on Japanese-built motorcycles. They escape into a Swiss-constructed tunnel where they crash. A rescue is briefly attempted by an American doctor using Brazilian medicines, and the whole story is being told to you virtually somewhere in Delhi and around the country by the MP from Thiruvananthapuram. That's globalization. So you can see that in these circumstances, globalization is inescapable, even though the trends I've described to suggest a movement towards deglobalization, it can be resisted. The creation of universal goals, multicultural identities, liberal economics, the movements which these encourage that cut across boundaries, these remain in many ways our sources of hope and optimism. So I believe that this spirit that I talked about, which can be realized through exchanges of education, knowledge systems, expertise, and so on, will generate an awareness of our shared challenges and will encourage us to translate these into collaborative solutions as true citizens of the world. We take recourse to the force of education to challenge the hate mongering, the divisive agenda of some narrow-minded and bigoted politicians who have risen to power in many countries of the world, repudiating the humane and liberal values that we are heir to and that most civilizations are heir to. So I'm turning to you, the graduating class of 2020, to save the day. The onus is upon you to set the pace, to reverse these negative, narrow, divisive tendencies, to be the change makers. We have the opportunity to prevent our demographic dividend becoming a demographic disaster. Today, and I'm sure the principal is happy about this, 225 million young people in India are in the age group 10 to 19, poised for higher education. We must equip them, enable these young people to become the work engines of the world. In order to harness their potential and your potential, young graduates, we have to understand we need you. We require a pool of highly educated, motivated individuals to provide leadership across all sectors. Therefore, if we educate, train, transform all of you into productive members of society, we will succeed. If we fail, of course, we will fail by denying young people the opportunity to take advantage of what's offered by the world of the 21st century. And if you're unequipped, very often that will mean you're unemployed. And I think we will have a dangerous development in our society, because nothing is more dangerous than a legion of uneducated, unemployable, frustrated young people. So I believe strongly in education, in what it has equipped you to do better, and for us to take charge of it. When I spoke of being a global citizen, I am not in any way undermining your commitment to your own country. India needs you first and foremost. And I hope that your education has made you a good citizen of India. I've just actually finished a book on nationalism, which should be published before the end of the year. And looking around the world and looking at India, I think there's a great deal to be said for the liberal constitutionalism embedded in our country's ethos and our legal framework. The constitutionalism that makes us all good citizens, respectful of each other, accepting of difference, and at the same time working together in harmony. That's the kind of India we must see. And in some ways, many countries in the world are heading towards ethno-religious nationalism. They're talking about America first, or Brexit, or moving away from global citizenship to specifically issues of individual citizenship. In fact, Theresa May, the former Prime Minister of Britain, said, if you call yourself a global citizen, you haven't the slightest idea what citizenship is all about. Now, the fact is that in our country today, we know we can be proud Indian citizens, and at the same time that we can be effective contributors to the world. India has been a major contributor to the UN system. We've long believed in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are a nation that has had a lot to contribute to the world and has respected the contributions we can make. I do want to say to all of you, I believe that you will bring about change, that you will uphold universal goals and values emerging from India, and you will create a stronger world for generations to come. The truth is that all of you deserve nothing but the best. I want to say to all of you that this is a time also to thank those who helped you get this far in life, not just your faculty and your principal, but your parents. They must have spent many sleepless nights caring for you, supporting you through exams, through illnesses, through problems. Just remember that their values are also values you need to live up to. And at the same time, if any parents are watching this, congratulations to you two parents, as much as they're due to your children today, because you have seen them graduate from Hindu College as the young, successful individuals they are going to be. And I do want to say that as far as our country is concerned, in very many ways, Hindu College has been able to pull together people from all over the country. This invitation came to me from a young girl from my constituency of Thiruvananthapuram, Hema Samkoti, who on behalf of the students had reached out to me. And the fact is that as far as all of you are concerned, we are connected today by the internet, by the web. Tomorrow, we must be connected from the heart. And of course, to get there, the minds that we all have absolutely given us the opportunity to be the kinds of people that you are all going to come out of Hindu colleges being. I wish you all success in the world beyond COVID, the world beyond graduation, the world beyond 2020. Good luck and Jai Hind.
Beautiful, sweet, sir. Beautiful address. I'm sure nothing could have been better than this as the final gift from the college. Of course, organized by them, their own selves, but amazingly inspiring and coming up with, a summary of whatever the situation is today and how we have to take it from here. The students, they need to have a change in their attitude. They already are very evolved and they have that kind of attitude. As I was also telling them, that there's a lot to learn from them, and they I'm sure will live to our expectations and beyond. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and your interest for motivating our students. Thanks a ton, sir.
Such a pleasure, Anju, Dr. Srivastav. It's good to be back with you and back in your college, even from a distance. And to the students who organized all this, thank you for having me. Do send me a link. We'll try and get it to a wider audience once you're ready to share it with the rest of the world.
Definitely.
And all the very best to you both.
Thanks a ton, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaskar and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. All of us will walk away from this meeting with our hearts a little lighter and our hopes for the future a little brighter. With that, I'm very excited to announce that we'll be launching a yearbook, which will be shown on your screens in just a moment. I would also like to add that the summer edition of Alfaz will be released in about 10 to 15 minutes by the Hindu College Parliament. Thank you, all of you, for attending this wonderful event. I would also like to add that the distribution of titles will be done through the Instagram page of the Hindu College Parliament itself.
Three cheers for Hindu College third years. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Nikita, can I request you for, is it over? Is the formal bit over?
Yes, ma'am, the formal bit.
Listen to them. I can see Reena ma'am, I can see Varunendra sir here, I can see Pallav sir, and some, of course, Atul and all. At least we have spoken on the videos, and I think I've spoken too much, so others should speak now. Huh?
I think they have cut a few videos. They have cut my video.
मेरा भी शुरू का hello.
मेरा तो दिखाया ही नहीं. मेरा तो दिखाया ही नहीं. Entire message नहीं दिखाया. This is very bad, Nikita. Anyway,
I'll continue the video, ma'am.
No.
We would love it if you could say a few words to the graduating class.
Yeah. I would love to say something, because it would have been wonderful if we would have given a warm and a live farewell to our third years. But unfortunately, this year 2020 has shown us so many different things. And this year, I'm sure, will be remembered by all of us for one or the other reason, by you people also, the people who have arranged the virtual farewell, as well as the people, the third years, who is attending via virtual mode. Because, neither of us, neither we nor you people are used to e-modes. So it's totally a different experience. But yes, we need to be positive. We need to be more optimistic and look forward to a better future. And the things will soon get normalized. We are very sure of that. And I want to wish all the very best to the third years. They have lived, I'm sure they have lived every bit of life they have spent in Hindu. They have enjoyed, we have given a lot of platform for them to nurture, and they have lived every bit of their life at Hindu. And one thing I would like to say, as I have been hearing from Hindu itself, then one can take one out of Hindu, but we cannot take Hindu out of anybody. So that is the spirit. Thank you so much, and all the very best to third years, and thanks to the organizer. It has been a wonderful experience listening to you people on e-mode, and Shashi Tharoor was extremely good. Thank you so much.
I'm taking over, Nikita. I'll request someone. Varunendra, please, and then Pallav will speak. Then I can see Dharmendra. So let's have them all speak a line or two, please. Varunendra, bad connectivity or what?
No, I think they have been muted by the shared system may, because we can't switch on our videos. Videos have been disabled, maybe audio also.
Yeah, please, the admins, please unmute all of us. We will keep quiet, but let the people who have not spoken.
The audio hasn't been disabled. They can speak, and
Yeah,
I'm
hello.
promoting them to co-host so that they can turn their video on. They turn their video on.
Yeah, Varunendra, please. Huh?
Yes, very good evening, ma'am. It's very nice to see you after so long.
No, I can't see you though.
Okay, I'll try to do that. But all I want to say is that all the students should adapt to the particular situation we are in, and they should evolve. I've already told this to my zoology honors batch. And the most important thing is to stay healthy, to stay mentally fit. And if you are facing any sort of problem or depression, then you should talk to your peer or to your teachers. That is very important nowadays because we have been locked down and it has become sort of difficult for us to cope with it. So stay healthy, stay fit, and do very good in your life. All the best to you.
Great, great, Varunendra. Pallav ji, boliye.
सुन पा रहे हैं आप मुझे?
बिल्कुल अच्छे से, हाँ.
जी जी जी. एक तो सबसे पहले तो इस सुंदर आयोजन के लिए मैं पूरे जो आयोजक हैं हमारे विद्यार्थी लोग उन सबको बधाई देता हूँ. शशि थरूर जैसे विद्वान और दुनिया भर में जिनकी बौद्धिकता का लोहा माना जाता है, ऐसे बड़े राजनेता विद्वान को सुनना सच में आह्लादकारी है. ये कह सकता हूँ मैं कि हम सबके लिए ये एक बहुत अच्छा अनुभव रहा. और जो हमारे दोस्त यहाँ से बीए पास करके या यूं ग्रेजुएशन करके बीए बीएससी बीकॉम तीनों स्ट्रीम के लोग हैं जो ग्रेजुएशन पूरा करके अपनी आगे की पढ़ाई के लिए जाएंगे. हो सकता है कुछ लोग आप में से हमारे साथ अपनी पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के दौरान भी रहें, लेकिन हो सकता है कि आप में से बहुत सारे लोग ना भी रहें हमारे साथ. सबके लिए बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं. सबके लिए मैं ये दुआ करता हूँ, शुभकामनाएं करता हूँ कि आप अपनी इच्छा के अनुसार, अपनी पसंद के अनुसार अपना करियर बनाएं, ज्यादा से ज्यादा तरक्की करें और अपने कॉलेज को, अपने इस शिक्षण संस्थान को कभी ना भूलें. ये आपका घर है, हमेशा इसके साथ जुड़े रहें. हम सब की शुभकामनाएं आपके साथ हैं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. जय हिंद.
Very nice, Pallav. Did I take the name of Dharmendra next? Please speak now. Dharmendra, आप हमेशा हर इस तरह के प्रोग्राम में होते हैं. बहुत अच्छा लगता है आपकी फोटो देख के, लेकिन इस बार अपनी शक्ल दिखाइए.
जी मैम, वीडियो शायद उधर से बंद है, इसलिए मैं आवाज आ रही है मेरी शायद.
बोलिए बोलिए. हाँ,
आवाज आ रही है.
सर वीडियो ऑन है सर, आप खोल सकते हैं सर.
नमस्कार. बहुत अच्छा लगा इस तरीके के आयोजन कॉलेज ने जो किया, और इस तरीके से जो बीच में सेमेस्टर छूट गया था, हम बच्चों से उस तरीके से नहीं जुड़ पाए थे, पर आज इस कार्यक्रम के द्वारा हम लोग फिर से जुड़े. और मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं आप सभी को. आप आगे जाएं और अपने जीवन में बेहतर करें, एक अच्छा इंसान बने और अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ दोनों में कुछ बेहतर करें. ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं मेरी तरफ से. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू धर्मेंद्र. देवांशी, आप बोलें प्लीज. Devanshi.
Yeah, can everyone hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very good evening, Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, the speaker, my fellow colleagues, and my dear students who are passing out. Many congratulations on spending these 3 wonderful years and completing your graduation. I'll not say that it is unfortunate that we are meeting in this platform, but I'll definitely say that there are many new things, and one of them is this: to adapt to new conditions. And life keeps on bringing you new things, new challenges, and we should have the ability to just take them on us and do the very best in whatever conditions we are. So I'll just wish you all the best for all your future endeavors, and many congratulations to you once again, and many congratulations to the organizing team also for bringing us together at this platform. Thank you.
Very nice, Devanshi. Manoj Varshne बोले, उसके बाद अतुल जी बोले, and then Johnwal साहब बोले. हाँ. Manoj and Atul and John Walji. Manoj? Some problem, is it?
Hello, am I audible?
You are very much audible.
Uh, Hello, good evening, ma'am, principal ma'am, vice principal ma'am, and all other senior colleagues, students. It's really a wonderful experience in this lockdown period. And I just wish all my dear students with all the very best for the future. May you all be successful and happy in life, and just prove that you are really a Hinduite. Thank you.
जो होने का है ना बढ़िया दोनों का लातू इधर आ। अरे करने तो दिया ही नहीं।
अरे और लोग ना बोलें प्लीज। अतुल जी।
Good evening, all of you, first of all, and good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are. Everybody.
Yeah,
is.
yeah. See, actually, they have shared my video already, but they have cut down a lot of the part of the video. But I think it's good that at least we got the chance to share our views with the students. And I think what I want to say today that first of all, congratulations to all of the team, organizing team, for inviting such a great learned person like Shashi Tharoor. First of all, great experience today we had with the listening and with the words of the Shashi Tharoor Sahab. And I would like to just share a last mantra that I forget to that you people cut down on the video, that you should have a passion. What you do in the life, you should have a passion about it. Whatever you do in the life, believe me, my friend, all the successful people in the world have only one common quality, that is a passion. And the best example is our principal of the college. I'm telling you, my friends, you should take first example from the principal of your college itself, that I have seen her the passionate, how much passionate she is. Not only the principal, but the vice principal also, and along with the other team members who are day and night, even in the during this situation. I'm telling you, it's not simple, not easy to have a such kind of professional life continuing 24 hours into 7, my friend. I'm telling you, earlier when there was no COVID, at least they were having a working time. But now what I see that they are busy even in the night also, just for you people, just for you students, my friend. So you should take a lesson that always in the life have a passion. Anything you do in the life, just have a passion. Believe me, you will reach to the very good scale of your life. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm humbled. Atul, thank you so much for the appreciation. But it's always a team, as you have also said.
Yes.
And we get inspired by our beautiful students. How much we are going to miss you people, we know. You will be called by names. You will be called the batch which had the pandemic, the corona batch, and the pandemic batch, and the E-mode batch, the OBE batch. And everything will be given to you. All kinds of names will be given to you. But for us, you are the most beautiful batch. Thank you. And now, John Wall, please.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Am I audible? Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Reena, ma'am, other my colleagues and students. First of all, I would like to congratulate ma'am you, because after a long time we are meeting on this virtual platform. And under your administrative skills, the college is touching new heights. Recently, we secured 3rd position. So I hope that we will be doing same thing with the help of the teachers and the students. And I want to congratulate the organizing team as well for organizing such a mega event, that too in during stressful times. And I hope that we all will stay healthy, safe. And I would like to congratulate the other my staff, my department's students who has been part of this organizing team. And I would like to say that all the students that all the luck for your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jonmal ji. विजय जी आप बोले, उसके बाद दिव्या है और आजाद हैं, आप बोलिएगा। हाँ, विजय जी बोलिए प्लीज।
जी नमस्कार सबको, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सबको?
हाँ हाँ, नमस्कार। आ रही है।
Yes sir, yes. वागर्थाविव संपृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। इतना अच्छा प्रोग्राम वेबिनार पे भी हो सकता है। पिछले साल तो हम लोगों ने खुद भी किया था। बड़ा उस समय की भी यादें बड़ी जुड़ी हुई हैं बच्चों के लिए जो हमने किया था, और इतना अच्छा हुआ था। यही मेरा कहना है कि जो लोग अब इस तृतीय वर्ष को पास आउट करके जा रहे हैं, तो मुझे ये लगता है कि जो सफलता का पहला सोपान है, पहली सीढ़ी है, वो ये चढ़ गए। तो अब तो प्रभु से ये कामना है कि जो इनकी वाणी में, जो कर्म में और जो क्रियाओं में इनकी जो प्रगल्भता आई है, वो इनको अपने लक्ष्यों की ओर तुरंत ले जाए। कोरोना का यह जो बिल्कुल अलग सा समय है, तो मुझे लगता है जैसे हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि अवसर भी इसमें अनेक प्रकार के अलग से उपलब्ध हो रहे हैं। तो उन अवसरों को मुझे लगता है कि जो हमारे छात्र जा रहे हैं, वो उनको खोजेंगे कि उसमें क्या-क्या और नवीन काम हो सकते हैं, और घर बैठे भी क्या काम हो सकते हैं और किस ढंग से वो काम कर सकते हैं। तो उन चीज़ों को वो देखें और जिन लक्ष्यों को वो निर्धारित करें, उसमें अपने पूरे जी-जान से लग जाएँ और उन लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करें, नई ऊंचाइयों को प्राप्त करें, स्वयं का, अपने परिवार का, अपने महाविद्यालय का, विश्वविद्यालय का और देश का नाम रोशन करें। यही मेरी आप सबको शुभकामनाएं हैं। धन्यवाद।
Very nice, Vijay ji. Did I take the name of Divya then after you? Divya,
Ma'am,
Ram also. Sorry,
yes, ma'am. Actually, am I audible?
हाँ हाँ आप बोलिए। हाँ
Ma'am, I think Soma ma'am wants to say because
दिव्या आप बोले। हाँ
sure ma'am. Good evening, respected principal madam, vice principal ma'am, and all the senior teachers and my colleagues. I'm really very delighted to join everybody on this platform today, and I would take the opportunity on behalf of my department to thank everybody, to thank the juniors. It's a very delightful moment, and while we will miss all the third year students, we also would like to let go, and we want to see them with flying colors. And we really hope, we pray to the Almighty that although there is this stressful time, everybody is stressed with such difficult situations, but I'm sure they will come out with flying colors and make us proud. And I really wish everybody all the best. And we will miss you all. Please keep in touch and be connected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Then Reena, मैंने किनका नाम लिया? You were saying something.
Dr. Monica Ram is there. Dr. Neetu is there.
I thought I didn't see her. Then I have now started seeing her. आप बोले मोनिका बोले नीतू बोले। हाँ मोनिका पहले आप बोलिए। Monica? Is Monica there? Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am is there, ma'am.
I don't. Is Monica going to be able to speak, please? Yeah, unmute करिए Monica अपने आप को. Able to hear us. Monica, in case she can just try herself. A private message भेजती हूँ मैं. नीतू आप बोलें please. हाँ.
You are unmuted, but we can't hear you. Neetu, you are speaking something, but you are not audible.
Oh, there's a problem of connectivity, I guess.
She's trying to speak. She's not muted herself. She's trying to speak, but she's not able to get across.
No, it's not going to be possible. God, it's quite musical.
मोनिका मैम आप अनम्यूट करिए।
No, it's not going to be possible. नहीं हो रहा उनका unmute.
आजाद आप बोले, and if I've missed anybody after this, please, you know.
Ma'am, it's me, Soma.
Soma.
Ma'am, it's me.
Okay. Where are you?
Ma'am, the painting. Actually, that's what I was telling. The painting, painting.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
This is what I was trying to say.
Soma, come on, bolo.
It's okay. Okay, I hope I'm audible. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am,
It's
you are
wonderful.
audible.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been a wonderful journey here. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, Sheena Ma'am, all my colleagues, and all my beautiful, wonderful students. It's been a wonderful journey with you all. You have been wonderful students. And I just wish you all the luck in future and all your endeavors. Hope you do and reach the heights you wished all ever. And as John was said, or any other teacher, passion is the most important thing. If you have the passion to reach heights, definitely will do. And whatever is there, the unprecedented times of these days, but it has taught many things to you as well. Best of luck.
Wonderful. Azad.
Azad,
Hello.
we can't hear you. Bolo.
Good evening, ma'am. Principal ma'am, good evening. Vice Principal ma'am, good evening, ma'am. I'm feeling very nice to see you after a long time. And I would like to say congratulate to all third year students who are going to pass out by this year. And I have conveyed my message in the video, but I will suggest to them, जिंदगी में मुकाम तो हेलो
हाँ बोलो
हेलो जिंदगी में मुकाम तो बहुत से आते हैं, लेकिन मैं आपसे एक बात कहना चाहूंगा कि जो पास्ट बीत चुका होता है वो कभी आता नहीं है, और जो फ्यूचर की हम कल्पना करते हैं वो हमारे सामने कभी भी आता है, तो वो हमारे सामने हमेशा प्रेजेंट के फॉर्म में आता है। तो मैं अपने सारे दोस्तों जो थर्ड ईयर के हैं वो पास आउट हो रहे हैं इस बार, उनसे मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि अपने प्रेजेंट को जितना बेटर हो सके उतना बेटर करें, क्योंकि आपका प्रेजेंट ही आपके लिए एक अच्छा फ्यूचर लेकर आएगा। सो माय बेस्ट विशेस टू ऑल ऑफ यू for your better future, for better endeavor, and I'm hoping that you all will achieve the greatest glory, happiness, and success in your life. Congratulations to all of you, and thanks a lot.
Wonderful, Azad. Monica can give another shot, and otherwise then I think from the teacher side is all over. Yeah, I think we are done. Nikita, we are done. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to thank our principal, our vice principal, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, our professors, and of course, the graduating class of 2020 for attending this wonderful online farewell. Also, I would like to thank all the parliamentary members for their commendable support in pulling this event gracefully. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. We, your lovely juniors from Hindu College, wish you the world and beyond. Thank you.
Okay, all the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.